Hi guys, welcome to my channel and to my Back to Beauty No Buy year. This year I am concentrating on using my makeup and not buying any. Today's video is my Shop My Stash for February. We're going to be reviewing the products from January 1st and then I will show you what I'll be using for the month of February. I hope you guys have been enjoying this series. These are some of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube, mostly because I like to be nosy about people's storage and their collection. So hopefully you still enjoy these types of videos, even though I don't take you into my collection vlog style. I do it a little different. I don't pick things from every single category. I just pick a handful of things that I want to focus on, get to know, get intimate with in the month that I choose those products, specifically because I'm on a no-buy year and my collection's not getting any bigger. So that's why I do it the way that I do. So let's go ahead and talk about January. For the most part, I really enjoyed the products that I used in January, but there definitely were two doozies. One is a lipstick. It's the Bite Beauty Honeycomb lipstick in the Muse Bouche formula. I did go ahead and declutter that to Angela when she was here to visit for our birthdays. I could not make it work for me. It was a really nice nude, but it was too cool toned as well as too light for me. It really looked like concealer lips, even when paired with darker lip liners, which is how I was hoping I could make it work. And ultimately, it was a really nice nude for Angela, so goodbye. Lip inventory down by 1. The other big nasty for the month of January was this Maybelline Master Prime Hydrate and Smooth. I know some people really like this, but for me, number one, it really only just felt like a moisturizer. It didn't really feel like a primer. It wasn't tacky. It felt like it completely absorbed into the skin and didn't leave a protective barrier on my skin to put makeup on top of. But the other thing about this is the smell. And I wrote in my notes here that it smells like cheap baby wipes. If you're a parent, you know what I'm saying. You buy cheap baby wipes, maybe to keep them in the car and wipe up hands after the park or something, but they're the cheap ones and they smell like chemicals and baby powder mixed together. That's how this smells to me, and I could not stand it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this at this point. According to my no-buy rules, I can declutter this because it is not the last one in the category in my inventory. I do have other hydrating and illuminating primers, which is where this falls under. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'll let you guys know when I decide. All right, now onto the things that were just fine for me. These two products kind of fell in the middle somewhere. It wasn't that they weren't good, they were just fine. They work, but they don't excite me. So the first one is the eyeliner from Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics in the shade Pool Boy. This was fine. I did use it several times this month in my waterline. This one definitely for me leans a little more blue than turquoise because I do have a turquoise eyeliner in my collection, so I don't feel like this is redundant because this is a recent swap, acquisition, whatever, from my girl Angela. And so this was just fine. I'll keep it. It did transfer onto my waterline pretty well. I found it stayed present throughout the day, and I think, you know, it's 100% vegan and cruelty-free too, in case you care. And then the other product that's just kind of in the fine category for me is this Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in the shade Rose Gold. Looks like this. I guess I'm just one where cream shadows do not chirp my trigger whatsoever. So I'm kind of trying to move out those types of products. It is a beautiful shade. It's just not something I think to reach for necessarily. But this month I did find that I do like this product. I like it as an inner corner highlight, which is what I have on today with a little bit of shadow on top. But I also liked using this on the waterline. It did just fine, and works as a brow bone highlight, and it even works as a Cupid's bow highlight. In fact, my highlight has kind of worn off. Let's do it. See? Works. So, on that note, I have rolled this into my 2019 Choose Your Own Adventure in Painting project with my girl Angela. I think my goal is to use half of this, and I like it. I'll continue to use it. It's not a bad product, it just doesn't thrill me. Next we have a couple of lippies, and the first one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in the shade Toffee. I find the ABH lip gloss formula to be really interesting. They're fully opaque. What was that? They are fully opaque. There it is right there. This is a beautiful color. I would call this, you know, nude, maybe a cool tone nude, if you will, but like I said, this is a fully opaque gloss, so it is really nice. I find that it's not sticky or anything like that. It's relatively long wearing for a thicker, non-sticky lip gloss, if that makes sense to you. And I will definitely continue to use this. This was a gift with purchase at some point, so I'm glad I got to try the formula. There does look like there's the tiniest bit of like shimmer in here, not glitter, but like a shimmer, and it looks like it's kind of like a silver shade, although I don't know that I see it in the swatch, but it does give it a nice reflective quality. And then next, I'm pretty sure is the culprit for a stain I now have on my carpet underneath where I'm sitting. But this is the NARS Power Matte Lip Pigment in the shade American Woman. This formula is so liquidy. I'm pretty sure I must have like been swatching this and like tipped it to the side or something, and it ended up on my carpet below. But this is the shade right here. What would I call this? Like a deep terracotta that leans slightly more red. Here comes the sun. So yeah, formula wise, this is freaking fantastic. It's very thin, so there's a little bit of a learning curve where this is concerned. In terms of application, you really just need to slow down, start lower on the lips, don't start trying to apply it along the lip line. But once you do get it on, and once you do learn how to apply it best, this formula is so comfortable. This is literally like a melted lipstick, a bullet lipstick. Although I do find it to be longer lasting than that. It's not as long lasting as your liquid lipsticks would be, but I don't mind that because this is extremely comfortable to wear. So this was a big hit with me. I'm kind of sad because it looks like, well, now they're shaking it up, it doesn't, but there was some little windows in there. I really don't, it's probably all because it's on my carpet, but I don't want it to go away. And last but certainly not least, we have the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked. I can never remember how they call it. But here it is. This was from holiday 2018. And I absolutely love this. You have two finishing powders here. I did tend to focus this one to set my under eye, and then I mixed them together to finish off my face. Right? Yes. And then this one right here is a bronzer. This is, what do they call it? Golden Bronze Light. This is definitely a satin bronzer, not a shimmery bronzer. The other Hourglass bronzer that I have is shimmery. So I appreciate having a satin one because it is a really nice bronzer. And you have this highlight shade right here. I'm gonna swatch it for you because this is really pretty. Do I have the room is the question. So, nope. Stupid ring light. Anyhow, this is a really beautiful highlighter. I feel like it melts right into the skin. It is not what I'm wearing today, but I would say this falls right in between gold and champagne. And when you buff it into the skin, it really can look natural. But if you use like a smaller brush like this, you can just, you know, let's do it. Do just a little highlight there. I better make the other side match. Here she is. See what I mean? Okay. Anyhow, I do really like this highlighter. This is the only highlighter I have from Hourglass, so I'm really glad to have it in this palette. And then we have the two blushes here. This is Nude Glow, and this is Mood Flush. Of the two, I actually prefer Mood Flush. It is exactly what it says, and it just looks like a nice flush to the cheeks, as well as this is a satin formula, whereas this is a glowy formula. This one, it's like a nude blush mixed with this highlighter. It's stunning, but maybe more of a summertime blush for me, whereas this is gorgeous. I think it's almost neutral in that it could be worn with just about any look. And then the other thing I really loved was mixing these two. That actually was my favorite application with these two blushes this month. I would mix them together, apply my blush. Yes, I have a draping situation, so no, I didn't go ham with the blush. I'm being editorial. But anyways, so I'd mix these two, apply my blush as I normally do, and then I take a little bit of this and just tap it into the actual apples of my cheeks, and I really love how that looked, especially with the highlighter on top. So I love this. I loved it before. I continue to love it. I learned that I like the blushes mixed together, which is something I'm not accustomed to doing before my No Buy year. So overall, I call this a success. So for February, I was having a little trouble choosing products, which seems weird because it's only my second month in, but quite honestly, I still have so many new things that I'm still a little overwhelmed. It's hard for me to choose. So I called in my girl Angela from Beauty by Angela to the rescue and asked her if she would look at my inventory and pick 5 to 10 products, and she did. The first thing that Angela picked for me this month is the Winky Lux Kitten palette. I'm so glad she picked this palette. It's not one I probably would have picked for myself, but I have been missing this palette, missing using it. Here it is. I believe this was one of the first palettes that I received from BoxyCharm. These two are matte and these two are matte. And then you have this beautiful duochrome. I'd swatch it, but my ring light would blow it out. So maybe next month I'll insert swatches in the review portion of the video. But yeah, I love this color story. I love the shadows. I think they're a fabulous quality. So we'll see what kind of looks I can come up with this month. The next thing that Angela picked was the Revolution Makeup, the Emily Edit, the Needs palette. A lot of those in there. And funny, I thought it was actually nearly comical that she picked this one, because this was actually on my original list that I had come up with myself, but then I was like, oh, I don't know. But the other thing that was funny is that I had considered actually using this, or at least the face shades. As you can see, mine are well used. I had considered using this as a baby pan that palette for 2019. I'm still on the fence about it, so it's kind of cool that this ended up in my Shop My Stash for February, because I'm pretty sure by the end of February I will have formed my opinions and decided whether this is something I love enough, to pan for 2019. So thank you, Angela. you got my back, girl. And then Angela picked this MAC blush. It says MAC and Patrick Star I'm Not Blushing Powder Blush Duo. Angela seems to have a fascination with this blush because she frequently picks it for me when I ask for a warm tone blush. But I can see why, because it's gorgeous. It is what I'm wearing today, you know, amongst the glaring highlight that I now have. I think I have 3 highlights on. Anyhow, this is a duo. You can obviously target your brush and use them, you know, separately, or you can swirl it, which is what I did today, and use them together. I am curious because of this shade looking so brown, if I could possibly target my brush and use that as a bronzer. So I'm gonna give that a shot this month and see if I can't find a new and fun way to use this product. But I do love this product and I can't wait to use her all month long. All right, couple things left. The next thing Angela picked is this First Aid Beauty Hello Fab Mango Butter Multi-Stick. This is in the shade Champagne. Like I said, this was my first highlighter that I put on today before I set down my face. Where can I swatch this? Pay no attention to the rose gold that's still on my hand, but this is it right here. Beautiful pinky champagne color. It has a smell to it, which I don't know if it's just because it's like natural ingredients or what it is. I know Angela originally got this from Courtney K here on YouTube. So girls, did it smell when you had it? Because it smells, but not horrible. Like, it's not anything I wouldn't think about putting on my face or anything. And then Angela asked, will you be mad at me if I pick a liquid liner? And I said, no, pick whatever you want. So she picked this e.l.f. Stardust Glitter Eyeliner. And I actually really love this product, as does my daughter Hannah. Let's see, I'm gonna put it kind of like across my knuckles, which is a weird place to swatch it, but this was actually really pretty. You're not gonna get like a definite line unless you really build it up. Oh, come on. Let's see if we can do it without the ring light. Oh, poo. I'm not gonna be able to see it. So again, I will insert swatches next month, but this is just an iridescent liquid liner, if you will. But I'll be excited to see what kind of like fun things that I could do with this month, specifically in my Get Ready With Me coming up on Friday, which is always my Shop My Stash Get Ready With Me for the first week in the month. And then she picked 2 lippies for me. The first one is the Tarte Tarteist Lip Paint in the shade Flaming Hot. This is actually a lip gloss. We both got one in our Boxy Luxe, and she did not care for this color nor the fact that it is definitely infused with glitter. And I got a lighter shade, which I also was not a big fan of. I thought it looked weird on my rather pigmented lips. So anyways, here is that shade. It's kind of plummy and I don't know, it's pretty. It definitely has glitter in it, so we'll give that a shot. I ended up giving mine to my daughter. I don't think I finished that sentence. So Angela did give that one to me, and then she picked one of my favorite lipsticks from MAC. This is in their Frost line, and the shade is On and On. This has a sheer plum base with a turquoise reflect. So that is what Angela picked for Shop My Stash for the month of February. I'm so glad, and thank you, Angela, for helping me out. I was feeling creatively blocked and a little overwhelmed, and my girl Angela came to the rescue. So stay tuned for next month where I review these products and pick new products for March. Can you believe it? And I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days. Don't forget to shop your stash, and I'll see you in my next video soon.